Okay, so we are at lesson 4. So if anybody's watching this recording at home, what we will be discussing today is a bit just how to discuss family members, how to say, this is my daughter, my grandson, how to say daughter, my those kind of family members. We'll be listening to a song and trying to recognize that in the song. And we might have time for a couple of more words. We'll try to make up sentences with that. So that is today.
I don't hear you anymore, Sure.
You can't hear me? Mindy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah? Okay. Laura, now can you hear me? Probably not. Let me send her a message. No?
Oh, now I do.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking.
I'm just going to tell my granddaughter to just be a little quieter. So I can...
No problem, no problem. So, because we're talking about family members, I thought maybe just a little we can talk about our families before. We might also use this later. I know you both have, kids and grandkids. So, Mindy, how many kids do you have?
We have 2 children, a boy and a girl.
How old are they?
16 and 17.
Oh, wow. Like hardcore teenagers.
Oh, they're fun.
Yeah. What are their names?
Peyton and Lily.
Peyton. Oh, those are pretty names. Peyton. And Laura, what about you? You told once about that you have 2 grandchildren, right?
I have 4 children and 2.5 grandchildren.
Ah, 2.5. Oh,
yeah.
Mazal tov. Wow.
We have a little grandson coming in February.
Oh, I was born in February. It's the best.
Oh,
wow.
Excited.
So Mazal tov. Very exciting. Great. I don't have any kids. I have 2 cats. Maybe I'll show them.
Yeah.
Apollo and Venus. Those are. Yeah. maybe it'll show up soon. So the words for today, they're very just very basic kind of your homework will be about different family members. So I'll read them out once. Sheli means mine, my own. We might later talk about how to say his or hers, theirs, but for now we are only learning mine. So Sheli is mine, like my mom, my own mom. So that's Sheli. Ima is mother. Abba, father. Ben means son. Bat, daughter. Neched is grandson, and Nechda is granddaughter. Now there are more words that you will need to know. They are all in your homework, and if you have questions later about how to pronounce them, then if you want, we might even have time for that today to go over those words. Now a sentence, for example, just using these words is Ima sheli hi Iris. My mom is Iris. That is what this sentence means. That's like her name. Abba sheli hu Roni. That's my father, Abba sheli. Now, if you'd want to say my son is, so my son is Apollo. So haben sheli hu Apollo. My son is Apollo, and my daughter is Venus. Yeah, I'm a Greek god. So habat sheli hi Venus. That is how I would use these words. Yes, questions before
you're putting the chabat, like the daughter, instead of my daughter, Sheli? Sheli
yes.
bat?
Yes. Notice that the Sheli in the sentence structure here is different. In English, it would be the mine would be first, correct? And in Hebrew, it's not. In Hebrew, mine is after the noun.
Yeah,
my mom. Yes, habat sheli, the daughter. Yes, you would say because you need to specify. who you're talking about.
Oh, so it didn't say that on your sentence there. It's just Ima Shali.
Ima Shali. Yes. For mother, you wouldn't. There's not even a good explanation for that. But for mother, you won't use that. I think because maybe there's only one. Usually, there's only one mom. So Ima Shali.
Oh, right. Okay.
And with grandson and also with Abba, for example, father, you also don't need to specify ha-Abba.
Okay.
But with grandson, yes, ha-ben sheli, ha-bat sheli, ha-neched, ha-nichda, yes, you would put ha. So, and that's also, it is a good thing to notice that it's different from English. It's not the sheli, mine, comes after the noun. Yes. And in this case, he is kind of like instead of the his, right? Is, right? And in Hebrew, we said there is no is. So my mom is Ima Sheli hi, Iris. That's kind of how it works here. Laura, can you maybe read out the words for us?
Sure. Sheli, Ima, Abba, Ben, Bat, Neched, Necheda. Great.
Can you maybe make up a sentence for us, like the sentence I gave you here?
Okay. Ami Sheli, he Kathy.
Yeah, great. So Ima. That's how.
Ima. So it's not Ama.
No, Ima.
Ima.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Ima Sheli. Yeah. Okay.
Great. מי הבת שלך? איך קוראים לה? הבת שלך. מי היא? Who is she? הבת שלך.
Oh, me, he. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
Okay. Me, he. Oh, Olivia. No,
okay. Yes, הבת
okay.
שלך.
Okay.
אז היא אוליביה. הבת שלך, or you'd say שלי, היא אוליביה.
Chabat Shila Olivia.
Great. So if you're talking about yourself, then it's Habat Shili.
Chabat Shili. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Chabat Shili he Olivia.
Great, fantastic. Mindy, can you read out the words for us? Is Mindy?
Shali, Emma, Abba, Ben, Bat, Nechad, Nechda.
Great. And can you maybe make up a sentence for that?
Haben Shli He Peyton.
Okay, great. It's
or
only
who.
Great,
who
exactly.
Peyton.
Yes, exactly. Because he's yes. So if it's male, then haben sheli hu Peyton. Great. Great, fantastic. So I think you got this. What I want us to hear now, again, I said that I would like for us to hear authentic Hebrew. So we're going to hear two houses of a very famous song called Ima Sheli. What does Ima Sheli mean?
My mother.
My mother, exactly. It's a song we heard, I think, songs from the singer. Or maybe not. His name is Alec Einstein, a very famous Israeli singer. What I want you to see is to just recognize at this point, these two houses, we also have them, I put the words here on the right. See which words you can recognize from this song, as many words as possible. You can even write down on the side if you want. Which words do you recognize? And let's, I think I didn't share the sound. 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. So again, listen, see in these two verses, which words do you recognize?
שאוהבת אותי, היא רק שלי, היא מכירה אותי מההתחלה שלי, שלה, היא מוכרחה להיות חכמה, אמא שלי, ואת השיר הנשאר בשבילה. אמא, אמא, את הנקת אותי, את פינקת אותי, את הבאת אותי. אמא, אמא, את פינקת אותי, את הבאת אותי, את כמה ימים.
Okay, so words that you recognize from the song that you know their meaning.
Ima shali.
Ima shali, yeah, which means, like we said, my mom. Any other words that you recognize? Pronouns, maybe there are.
Ohevet.
Okay, great. So we didn't learn that word yet, but ohevet, what does that mean? Ohevet?
Love, I love.
Yes, ohevet. Where is ohevet? Yes, okay, so ohevet is, we'll get to that. We didn't go over that verb yet, but do you know if it's male or female?
That's female.
Yes, exactly. So my mom loves me. That's what he's talking about. I have the sentence, again, you don't need to know what it means, but it means I have a woman that loves me. Okay? Rak. Yes, so do you want to maybe read he? Laura?
Rak. I don't know what rak is, but shali. He rak shali.
Yes, so again, it's not on your word list, but if you want for your general knowledge, rak is only.
Only.
So, yes. So what does that mean, hi rak sheli?
She's my only.
Or she's only mine, actually.
Or she's only mine.
Yes. Okay, any other words that you recognize here? This actually, here, again, you don't have to know this word yet, but this sentence means she knows me from the beginning. Sheli, what sheli we said is, what does sheli means?
Mine.
Exactly. Shela, you don't have to know this yet, but it means hers. So, he מכירה אותי מההתחלה, he claims here that she knows me from the beginning, sheli, of mine, and hers. From her beginning, she knew me, I was part of her. Here there are a couple of pronouns that, there's one pronoun. Okay, how do you pronounce that? The way that you need to say it is at. Okay. What does at mean?
You.
Yes, you in male or female?
In
female.
Female, great. So what he's saying here is mom at hinakt is you fed me. It's actually to breastfeed. Lehanik is to breastfeed. So you breastfed me. You pinakt me is you spoiled me. You don't need to know these verbs yet. They're difficult, but you hevetoti is you brought me to the world. So it's like an entire song. It's the Mother's Day song, praising the mother.
What is that word, the pronoun, what is that on the end?
Oti is, well, I think we'll get to that, or maybe you'll get to that even next unit, but oti means like to me. So hinakt oti is you did that, something that you did to me. We'll get to that.
Okay.
It might be a little complicated for now, but we will get to that. Great. So that's another thing. You didn't recognize my name. I'm very offended.
Here.
So yes. All right. Ve'et hashir. So what does that mean? Et hashir. Ve'et hashir. These are two things that we learned in last lesson, Laura.
And you are the song.
Okay. So here it's not. There's no vowel. So if there were, you would have known that it's not at hashir. It's it. We'll get, actually, you don't know it yet. So, et hashir is...
the song. It's
the
just
song.
The song?
Yes, I'll say a sentence about it now. Again, we'll get to that later. Et is a weird thing that exists in Hebrew. It might exist in other Semitic languages. I don't know. It does not exist in English. Et is kind of like, imagine it like an arrow. It means... and the song. It's kind of like it always will be with the. It won't always be with but it's kind of like ha. It's kind of like the. It's kind of, imagine it like an arrow. It's like I want this. It's like it means that I am talking about this. It exists only in Hebrew. It's kind of difficult. We'll kind of play around with it in different sentences to see where you need to use it. But that's what this word it means. I don't think you can say that it's like anything in English. It's kind of like saying the.
So okay, so et hashir is just the song.
Exactly. And the song.
And the song. Right.
Yes.
Right.
And the song. He's saying and the song, ani. What does ani mean?
I.
Exactly. So, and the song shar is, again, you don't need to know this word, but I'm singing this for her. And the song I am singing for her. That's what this sentence means. So we'll return to et, but imagine when you see et, imagine it like an arrow. It is kind of like saying the. That is kind of the equivalent of it in English. Any questions about this? No? Okay, great.
So that was va'et asher. So ani the song, and so so that share again. Is it not the same as share? Is that what is that? Oh, I'm sorry. I know you can't see where I'm pointing.
This.
Yeah. What is that?
It's a verb. It means it is the verb of song, actually. They are shir is this is the
singing.
Yes, exactly, singing.
Okay.
Shir is song.
I am singing. Okay.
Exactly. Shar is I am singing. Exactly.
Okay.
Great. So again, this is also something that will be in your homework. These nouns. So I did want to go over them. I think that in English also, there's no such thing as male or female student, but in Hebrew, if you're talking about a woman who's a student or a man who's a student, it's different. So you pronounce it talmida, that is like a female student. Talmid is male and single. Female plural is talmidot, many women who are students. And talmidim is many men who are students. Yes, Laura.
Sorry. So I keep noticing that there's a plural for groups of boys and plurals for groups of girls. What happens when they're mixed?
Okay, so that's a great question. Remember that we talked in the first lesson about the academy of for the Hebrew language, right? That there's an academy that regulates. So every couple of years they decide something different. They change their mind about that because it's very difficult. Technically, the law is that even if there's one male, that was the law once, that if there's one male,
I know where this is going.
One male and 50 women, then you need to use male. If there's one student and 50 women who are students, technically use male.
Okay.
I think that feminists tried to change that rule so that it will be a majority, so that you need to see if there's more men, more women. There's actually a politician who's a feminist who always uses female. Just even if there's like only men, she'll use female.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah, just because. So it's actually it's an issue, that question. It's a good question.
Okay.
And sometimes people. So again, people are always like, wait, let's see what the academy says, and the academy changes their mind every couple of years. For example, what is he? Is he which one of these is he? This dude over here.
Talmid.
Okay, great. So if you
Talmid.
He's a talmid, great. And if you want to use the pronoun, how would you use that? He is a student. How do you say that?
Hu talmid.
Exactly. Hu talmid. Laura, can you read out these 4 sentences for us?
Talmida, talmid, talmidot, and talmidim.
Great. If I want to use these, let's try to think of a sentence that I can do with this. We learned the word mine. So can you maybe think how I can say, he is my student? How would I say that maybe?
Talmid, hu sheli.
Very close, only the sentence is a bit different. Hu talmid sheli. That would be
who is my student?
Who?
Oh, I thought you said.
No, that. The first word would. Mm-hmm.
The first word would be who.
Exactly. The first word would be hu. The second is talmid, and the last is sheli. Hu talmid sheli. He is my student. So how would I say that for female? She is my student.
He talmid sheli.
Okay.
Talmida
exactly.
sheli.
He talmida
So
sheli.
is there a rule? I mean, So when does the pronoun come first? Because ima came first, so it's just putting the pronoun at the beginning of the sentence, right? Just like mom, my mom. Ima comes first, so the pronoun comes first, always.
The idea here, the he in this point, and this sentence, it kind of puts the emphasis on Iris. My mom is Iris. Ima Shili, I said this is kind of like instead of the his. But if you want to say she is my mom, then you would say he Ima Shili.
He Ima Shili. Okay.
And then you're putting the emphasis on the mom. He Ima Shili means she is my mom. But if you say Ima Shili, he Iris, my mom is Iris. Again, I think that we use the he here because really there is no is in Hebrew. So if you want to say my mom is Iris, then you say Ima Shili hi Iris. Okay. But usually I think that the pronoun would come before the noun. He talmida sheli, hu yeled shela. Yes, usually, almost always the pronoun will come. That's Apollo, by the way, my first chat. You see him over there behind this thing. So usually the pronoun comes before the noun. Here is actually a bit different because the idea of the pronoun is to put an emphasis on the name, that is Iris. Mindy, can you maybe think up or maybe how, if I want to say they are my students in male, they are my male students?
Okay, so Talmidim Shli, I'm sorry, wouldn't it be him?
Mm-hmm.
Him Shli Talmidim.
Okay, so very close. We said that in Hebrew it's
Hem Talmidim Shi.
Yeah, exactly. Hem Talmidim Shli, exactly. Hem Talmidim Shli, and female?
Hin Talmidot Shli.
Great, fantastic. Hem Talmidim Shli, hen Talmidot Shli. Great. What I want us to do now, let me see. Okay, we still have some time. Do you have any questions before that about these, about Shli, about the different family members? Great. So I want us to kind of practice that. I think that that already people answered this. What I want us to do is I want us to kind of make up our own sentences using these words. So for example, Levi put in a sentence, Bat sheli hi talmida, it should be, talmida be-college. That is the sentence here. What does that mean? Habat sheli talmida be-college.
She is my college student.
Who?
No? Or who?
Oh.
What? Oh, he. No. But.
My daughter. Mm-hmm. My daughter is a college student.
Great, exactly. So it's fantastic. So this is a great sentence. That again, the only two small corrections that I have is that would be, like we said in Hebrew, because he's talking about my specific daughter. So what should we add here, Laura, before the bat? Exactly, habat sheli. And one more thing here is it says, she is a student in the college, you need. So I think we learned that word. How do you say in the college? No, we didn't learn that. So
you got a bit.
Bit, exactly. So we'll get to that in a couple of weeks. But if you want to say she is there, she is in the college, then you would say habat sheli, my daughter, hi talmida be, just add the letter b, hi talmida be college. Let me rewrite that, but it's a great sentence. If Levi is hearing this, then it is fantastic. So habat sheli talmida be college. Again, we'll get to that, but this means in. She is a student in the college. That so this is towards the end of our unit, but if you want to already know this word, then that is also great. I want you to take a minute to write your own sentence. It could be using the words that we learned today, but it could also be, definitely you can also go into your word list, into the general word list, to try to write a sentence or two. Just using the new words that we are learning. Now, how do you do that? I'll send you the link in a minute to this program. This program is called Padlet. I'll send you the link. When you press the link, you will automatically see this page. You don't need to log in. In order to write, you press this pink button on the top bottom right part of the page, and you will automatically, when you press that pink, you will see this kind of little box, and you can type in it in Hebrew. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, let me know. I'll send you the link.
Do you want us to do that now? Sure.
Yes, I'll send you the link in a minute. I'm just copying the link. I'm going to send it to you in the chat. Do you remember how to log into the chat?
I actually am there.
You're in the chat, great. So I sent you now a link. When you press the link, you'll see that page. Let me know when you're in, just so that
I'm in.
Great. So once you're in, Laura, think of any sentence that you want to write using the words that we learned today.
Okay.
even if you're done before, write 2 sentences. And again, the bottom side of the screen, there's a pink button. Mindy, how about you? Are you logged in?
Yeah, I'm writing. I'm just thinking about what to write.
No problem.
Yeah, me too.
That's good, as long as we're in and thinking about what to write.
Oh, shoot. I got to get up there and turn it to Hebrew.
Yeah, I saw someone starting to write.
Can you see that, Sure?
Habat sheli ohevet, that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely. So we'll go over that soon. You mean that she likes animals, right?
Right.
Great. Then it's very good. Habat sheli
You know what? I didn't put the plural of animals, right?
Exactly.
So that would be, is that right? Chaim?
Close. Chaim means life. If you want to say animals, then it would be chayot. That is animals.
Okay. So that, chayot?
Exactly, but with 1 yud.
1 yud, okay.
Nachada, nachada, shali, hitamida. Do you see mine?
Yes, hanichta sheli aya talmida. Fantastic. Great. Okay, let's go over these, and maybe even we can. Actually, I don't even think I need to share my screen because I can really see.
I can only see mine.
Yours, then let me share my screen.
Okay.
Maybe because it's not updated. Okay, can you see my screen? Great. So you can see now, Laura, the screen? No, I didn't share.
No.
Then try to go back to the Zoom. Maybe it's. Because I think that you should be. Mindy, do you see the screen that I'm sharing?
I do.
Yeah.
No, it's back to, now it's a different screen. I don't know what I did, but I have my sentence. How do I get back to?
Even exit that, like just log out of that program and.
Oh, okay.
And see if you can see the Zoom maybe anywhere there.
Darn it.
It's okay.
No.
It happens. Maybe like like on the bottom, that's how I do it. Like on the bottom of your screen where you have like all the different icons, you maybe see the Zoom icon there.
Okay, that's what I needed to do.
Yeah, that's what I usually do when I lose the Zoom.
Okay, I gotcha.
You got us? You see the screen?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So
I still can only see my screen. I mean, I see you guys now. I just don't see. Oh, now I see you. Or you're moving something. I don't know.
Yes. Do you see the screen that like the different sentences on the screen?
Yeah.
Great. And that's what you need to see. So actually this, I don't know, this is Levi. I don't know who wrote this. Habacheli Talmida College, but whoever did it, great job. Levi said, Laura, can you read his sentence maybe?
Oh, haben sheli, whoops. Haben sheli, he, I can't really, hoax.
So very close. First of all, this is, you said he, but this is he.
Oh, who?
Exactly. Haben sheli hu. And this,
haben sheli hu, yeah.
This looks a bit like a chet, but it's actually a different letter. It's a mem. So haben sheli hu, if it's a mem.
Hakem.
Hakem. So again, it's mem. So it's what it says here is max. Haben sheli hu max. What is max?
I can't read that.
Yeah, it's a bit. I think because it looks a bit different than it sometimes does. But that's like a mem. That's ma. And that's kuf, and that's samich. Haben sheli hu Max. What is Max? What's?
I don't know.
That's his name, right? Like I said, Ima sheli Iris. So his son's name is Max. Haben sheli.
Okay.
My son is Max. That's.
Max. Okay.
Max, yes, Max in Hebrew you'd say, but Max. So haben sheli hu Max. My son is Max.
I see that now.
Great. So great sentence, Levi, and also great sentence. Whoever has a daughter in college. Mindy, can you, or maybe Laura? Mindy, read out Laura's sentence. Let's do it like this.
Okay. Hanekara shli hi talmida.
So it says here. Yeah, is that supposed to be he? Laura, maybe it flipped.
Did I write it wrong?
I think, so it. I think
Well,
that accidentally the letters flipped for you. So,
oops.
let me see if I can correct. That needs to be like this, right?
Yeah. I don't know why I did that, but I did.
Great, exactly. Now here, actually, you don't even need the he. You can also say hanichda sheli talmida. I don't even know how to explain that rule, but that's hanichda sheli. But this is also a perfectly good sentence. Hanichda sheli talmida. My granddaughter is a student. Great, and you also remember to put the ha. Fantastic. And Laura, can you read? So here, there's a verb that we're going to learn right in the next lesson, actually, but it's also great to talk about it now. So Laura, can you read this sentence?
Habat sheli ohavet hiot.
Very, very close. Mindy, do you want to read it? The sentence?
Habat sheli ohevet chayot.
Great. Habat sheli ohevet chayot. What does that mean, Mindy?
My daughter loves animals.
Exactly. Great. So you don't need to know this verb yet, Laura. It will be in like 2 weeks or in a week or 2 weeks. But habat sheli, my daughter, ohevet, that verb means loves or likes. Chayot means animals in plural. Do you know how to say animal, one animal? Mindy, do you know maybe?
Chaya.
Exactly. Chaya is animal. Chayot is plural of animals. Great.
Did we have animal yet?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think you have that word, but if you know it, it's great.
Now I do.
That's a word you can write in the personal word list.
Yeah.
Great. So great sentences, everyone. Fantastic. Let's see what is. So these are your sentences. Okay, homework for the next week. This week we have an extra credit activity. If you guys want to try it, it's a bit more techy. So see if it's something that works for you. I'll show it in a minute how you actually do that activity. Your activities will be activities 11, 12, 13, and 14. Let's see. I want us to log into the, why is that on the top? So again, we're in Mechina. We still are in second unit, getting to know you. Great results, by the way, on 8, on the matching game. Laura, because of your, that you asked that you wanted things to be more to repeat themselves, right? You wanted to hear the words more. So we found actually the people making these, working on these lessons found a program that works well with that. So they're working now on adding those kind of activities where you can kind of a bit like Duolingo, kind of hear the words again and again repeatedly.
That's great.
So the minute that's in, I'll ask you to give your feedback on that activity. So again, so the first activity, this is the extra credit one. I think that the next two are activities is just like Wisers. You know how to use those, so I'm not even gonna, I don't think I'll go over that. Yes, activity 11 is a Wiser, and so is 12, I think. Yes, exactly. So these two you know how to use. The first activity, I'll go over for you guys, and if anybody's watching the recording, the idea is to kind of create your own family tree. So all 11 to 14 is mandatory. This is not mandatory. You have here the instructions. If anybody wants to, if one of you wants to try this activity, then let me know and I'll need to send you a link which you need to fill in. What do you need to do? You'll need to fill in, you need to log into the link and you'll need to create this kind of family tree. It will look kind of like this. This is an example of my family tree. I made my own just to show you. So that's my grandmother. That's Safta Miriam. And that's Saba Abraham. And these are my parents. This is me. So you can make your own family tree. Let me log into their site. I thought that I can do it through here. It's very cute. I mean, if you do want to create it, then it's fun and it's great, and then we'll be able to use it later. But because it's a bit more techy, then I don't want to drive you crazy with it. So I don't think that you'll need an account. I'm not a robot. But just in case you do want to try it, and it's also a great tool to use in general. No, it's not recognizing me. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me log in. I need to see that. If any of you want to try it, this is what the final thing looks like. It's not that hard to create. That's why I'm telling you, if you have extra time and you just want to play around with it, then let me know what you need to do. I mean, if one of you wants to do it, maybe I'll even send you a recording of how to do it. I don't know why I need to find my password, and I don't think you need to sign up once I send it to you. You need to kind of press on the box, and then you'll have like a plus sign where you can add a picture of one of your family members and write in Hebrew, Saba, Saba Moshe, Saba, again, what does Saba mean?
Grandfather.
Yes, exactly. So grandfather. So you'll just need to write grandfather and their personal name. It's only if you kind of want to share that. Do you know what Saba Rabba means then? Maybe if we're already...
Great-grandfather?
Exactly. Grandfather, great-grandfather. So if anyone, if you or anyone at home wants to try that, then let me know. And I don't think it's that difficult. You can kind of play around with it.
I want to try it. Yeah.
What? You want to try it? Great. Then I'll send you, then remind me and I'll send you the link. And if you see that you're having a hard time with that, then I'll try to kind of help you with that technically to create your own family tree. You can also put here your children. If you want grandchildren, you can also add that. Great. So that is your homework. All the rest, I think, is Wisers. You have 2 Wisers this week. One about the family, your family members, and one about the Talmidim, Talmidot, and then you have one of those like kind of matching activities. Before we end our lesson, I want a kind of reflection, something new that you learned, something that you want to learn in the future, something that you think works better, something that you think it doesn't work for you and you prefer not to do. So do you have any reflections for this week? Something maybe that you want to learn in the future that is important for you?
I really like learning how to put the sentences together. Just because I feel like I'm learning.
Okay, great. So putting sentences together is helpful for you.
Yeah.
Great. So today you learned how to use the word mind, Shelley, and how to put that in.
I like that.
Great, fantastic. Mindy, something that's helpful for you, less helpful, something that you want to keep working on?
Wow, that's interesting. I was going to say sentence structure, so that's that was sort of my answer. But boy, I would like to start maybe expanding my vocabulary a little bit. Okay.
Great. So expanding your vocabulary. Great, definitely. Did you see, I think you sent me a message that you didn't see the word list. I think I sent it, you too, I sent you the word list last week. I shared it with you, remember? I can send it to you again.
I was talking about, I thought there was a new one for this week.
No, different, same word list.
Okay.
It's the personal word list. The one that I share with you. So you already have it. Again, you can type onto that or add your own things. Okay, great. So thank you for the lesson, and we'll be in touch. Did you fill in the doodle with new times for maybe another class?
I did. I don't know if it worked, but I tried to fill it in.
Great. The second class, I mean, it will be the same. The idea, I want to maybe find a time where a couple of more people can join. So it will be the same. You don't need to come to both classes. I mean, you can, but it will be the same class twice.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. If we find another time where a lot of people can come, then maybe we'll change the time. Maybe we'll have 2 classes a week. We'll see how we'll do it. But we're definitely trying to find that out. Okay, great. So do you have any more questions before we end? Okay, great. Then we'll be in touch. Let me know if you need any help with anything. And
okay.
Great.
Could you just check on, I'm sorry, could you just check on the volume of that word list?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll check on that,
because it's just hard to hear.
Definitely. I'll see if there's anything that we can do that. Great.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Cher.
Great.
Bye, Cher.
Bye.